Hi everyone and welcome back to Gina C Creates. Today I'm going to show you how to make my Happy Valentine's Day money sleeve. Here are a few supplies you will need to get started. I'm going to use some painter's tape, my Cricut scraper, scissors, scoring stylus and weeding tool, transfer tape, some vinyl, and then just one sheet of cardstock. It's the Recollection 65-pound in weight. Once you have my SVG design downloaded, you will find it in your downloads folder. Right click and hit extract all and hit extract again, and it will just save a new folder to the same location. Inside you will find the SVG file along with a PNG, EPS, and DFX and my personal use license. If you are on a Windows PC, the SVG might display as an HTML doc. So to open up the SVG file, you must open up Design Space first and click Browse and upload the SVG file and save it to your library. It will save as a cut image with all the layers. Add it to your canvas and let's just make sure it uploaded the correct size of 7.396 in the width. And then we're just going to ungroup the SVG so we can select the cut lines and change it to a score line. Next, we're just going to select the score line and the pink bottom layer and hit attach, and this will score your pink template. And we could just drag it back to the bottom because the last action you do always sends it to the top of your layers. Next, we're going to move on to the back of the money sleeve, and we're going to select the cut lines that go around the tabs and change them to score lines. And then the backward C is going to remain a cut line, so you don't have to do anything to that. But we're going to select it and select the score lines and select the pink layer underneath and hit attach. So these can all stay on the bottom flap. So it's ready to cut. If you like, you could come up and edit your text by changing the colors. I already have them attached word by word, so they'll be easy to cut with your vinyl. But if you like, you could come up to the operation box and just switch out whatever colors you want, so you could personalize this and make it for yourself using the colors you have in stock. So I'm going with a foil gold and a foil red for my top layers, and I'm just using a regular pink cardstock for my sleeve. And I'm just arranging my layers on my vinyl on how I want. I'm going to leave that one the same. And then just move the heart down here, and then I'm ready to cut. And I cut my vinyl on a custom setting for foiled vinyl. And just make sure you are changing your dial from when you're switching from vinyl to cardstock. So I just loaded my foil red vinyl into my Cricut, and now I am just going to cut it down to size, and then I am just going to weed off my excess vinyl. So now we're going to get ready to cut out our cardstock layer, and I'm just using some painter's tape to hold my cardstock down on my mat. And then I'm going to make sure I load my scoring stylus into the Cricut, and it will score all your lines first, and then it will cut out your template. You're just going to remove the excess cardstock first, and then you can flip over your mat and gently pull off your cardstock, making sure that it doesn't rip or curl. And a great little trick to save your cardstock in case your blade tears your cardstock, you could take your X-Acto knife and just gently cut away any strays. Next, we are going to apply the vinyl with my contact brand transfer tape. I like this transfer tape because it's not too sticky for the cardstock, and it won't rip when removing it from your paper. So I'm just going to use some parchment paper to help line up my wording so I could get it in the center of the offset. And then I'm going to push down on one edge that's exposed. And then I'm just going to gently lay it back down when I remove the parchment paper, and then press down. And that will have it centered perfectly every time when using the parchment tape. And then you just gently remove your transfer tape. And then you can continue on to apply your happy and your day along with the hearts. Now we can assemble our money sleeve holder template. So I'm just going to fold over the score lines and make sure all the tabs are going in and over. And I'm going to use some double-sided tape to adhere this together. I usually use tape runner adhesive, or you can use craft glue, but I decided to go with some double-sided tape because it doesn't cause your cardstock to ripple or bubble. So I'm just going to take this double-sided tape and run it along the top of my tabs. And then I'm just going to use some scissors to cut off the top of the tape because it's too wide for my tabs. And then I'm just going to use the other side of the tape to apply it to the other long side of my money sleeve. And just make sure it goes up to the edge so you can have enough adhesive around your corners. And then you just apply more double-sided tape to the edge. But craft glue will work as well. You could just put it under a book so it can stay flat and straight. So I'm just going to make sure I have all my tape edges off. And a good trick to line it up is to do the side, short side first. Line it up to the edge and the top, and then just go straight down and across, making sure that there's no ripples or folds. And press down along the edges, and then you're done gluing it together. And then we're just going to fold over the closing flap, and then you can use that cut line to hold it down. And then you can insert your money, and you have a fun little Valentine's Day gift for someone special. So I hope you enjoyed this design of my Happy Valentine's Day money sleeve. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel so you can get my recent tutorial updates.